It is great to be here. We're going to try something just a little bit different. Over the course of 2 episodes, we're taking the whole show through the heartland of the country to 4 different states.
Live from Tulsa! Hello, Little Rock.
It is great to be here in Memphis, Tennessee at Graceland.
Good morning, Wichita. When you want a totally random planting, you got to be totally random.
We're going to make some house calls, and you can bet we're going to have some fun along the way.
I think I did pretty good.
What do you say? We get to it.
This area, the only thing it seems to want to grow are weeds and grasses, so as it comes up, I try to just pull it out. And I would really like to have something that's not going to stick out over into the driveway, that's going to scratch my car, and something with some height. I love flowers, and I'd like to have some color here so it looks happy, and when I get in my car to go to work, I know that I've got something nice to come home to.
Lisa, you have a long, skinny bed running right along your driveway.
This little dirt patch here?
Dirt patch, no. But it's a tough place to grow plants. So we have to think of plants that are going to be really tough, but soften this area with green too.
I like that. What kind of plants are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking of starting off with a ground cover, a liriope, which would just hold the soil in here and make a nice mass next to the driveway.
Well, what is liriope?
Liriope is a green and white ground cover, and then I'm going to punctuate that with some color.
Okay, how?
Some daylilies.
Oh, I love daylilies.
Yeah, you'll love this one. It's yellow and it reblooms during the season.
Excellent, I love that.
And then we have this fence.
Yes, this blank canvas that I have to stare at. It's very boring.
It's a great canvas. I'm thinking of covering it with vines. And to do that, we're going to install this wire for them to grow up the fence line.
Oh, that is really clever. I like that.
I'm going to support the wire using a series of eye bolts that I normally would just screw into a wooden post. But this fence on the back side, if you look, has metal posts. So we can't drive into that. So what we're going to do is come through the fence and into this rail, put the eye bolt right into that for support. Now it all starts with a pilot hole. All right, Lisa, I'd like the first hole right there. So go ahead and just drill it through.
Do I take it all the way?
All the way.
All the way?
Good. Let's see how that's going to work out. Once it catches, we can just keep twisting it in. Now it's getting kind of tight. What we can do is we can either use a screwdriver or just use another eye bolt to give us the leverage we need to keep turning.
Okay, that's a good idea.
We're going to drill a whole series of these. So what I'm going to do is tighten this one in, and then I'm going to have you drill the lower one, and we'll work our way right down the fence.
Okay.
A couple more to go. All right, Lisa, now we're going to hold that for me. That's galvanized wire that we're going to attach to our eye screws. And we're going to go through the hole and wrap it around and get it nice and tight. Now you can start going down towards that next one for me, okay?
All right.
We're just going to clip off the end nice and flush, and I'm going to come down to you.
All right. Let's see.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide in here. I'm going to cut it about 6 inches long, okay? Watch that doesn't come back at you.
Okay, I got it.
Got it. Now, just going to slide it through, pull it as taut as I can get it, and then just wrap it around again. Okay, and then just clip it off.
Seems easy.
Yep.
All right.
All right, we'll run it right by. You pay attention because I'm going to make you do all the low ones, okay?
Oh, of course. That's harder. Finito.
All set. Now, before we plant, we have to prep the soil, and that's our next step.
Okay.
Lisa, the first thing we want to do is rake all the weeds out of here. We don't want them in our soil, so pull them all out and we'll take them away.
Okay.
Back and forth. The soil here is really compacted.
It's really hard.
So we want to loosen it up. And the easiest way to do it is with this little tiller. You work your way back slowly. Just keep going back and forth and loosening everything up. Be real careful you don't hit the driveway with the teeth.
Roger. What do you think?
Close.
Close?
Come on.
A little bit more? Okay.
No, I'm kidding you. You're good.
All right.
Now, down here underneath our topsoil, there's a lot of heavy clay. Let's get rid of that.
Okay.
All right, would you take and throw some compost in here? And while you're doing that, I'm going to throw in some fertilizer.
Okay.
So get your shovel and just take and spread that in there so you have like 2 or 3 inches, okay?
Okay.
And I'm just going to sprinkle in a little fertilizer. Now, the compost will help with soil structure. It'll hold water for the plants when they need it. It's a great medium, and it'll really help these plants to root into the ground. Now we just mix the compost into the soil using the tiller. These are the plants I want to put in today. This is crossvine. Now, if you take a look at this flower, look at that.
That's beautiful.
And the hummingbirds love it.
And I love hummingbirds.
Well,
So.
that's a great combination then. And over here we have trumpet honeysuckle.
Not like trumpet vine.
No, not like the invasive vine. This is a different animal. It's not as aggressive as that. It will travel and it'll put out flowers early in the spring and then sporadically all through the season.
Okay, and then this here?
Okay, what we have here is liriope. This is a variegated one, which means it has a green and white leaf.
That's
These are
beautiful.
tough as nails. You can even see the stalk. See the little purple
Yeah.
flower left on it?
It's beautiful.
Over here we have a green variety. I'm gonna mix these together and they're gonna hold the soil in there. These are gonna fill in and make a mat out of that area.
Oh, it's beautiful. Now, is this liriope as well, another version?
No, if you look a little closer over here, see this? This is daylilies, and this is a flower bud waiting to pop.
The one that you said that was going to be yellow.
The rebloomer, that's right.
That's great.
Do you like these?
I love them.
Well, let's put them in the ground.
Okay.
Now,
I just love
I
this.
always like to lay out the plants before we dig any holes. That way, if we want to tweak something a little bit, it's really easy to just move it around.
Okay.
Now, we've broken up the long line of fence with these 5 vines. And in between, I've put some liriope and then the daylilies.
Okay. And I love the way you put the variegated here next with the daylily in the middle.
Yeah, I like grouping things together, and that green really stands out when the 2 plants together like that.
It sure does.
So we're ready to dig some holes and put them in the ground.
Great.
All right, let's pop this vine right out.
Okay.
All right, leave it right there for a second. I have to dig down about 6 or 8 inches, and then we'll put it in the ground.
Okay. I see some of the spent flowers here.
Pretty, aren't they?
Yes, they're very pretty.
I think it'll be very, very happy here. Okay, now what we want to do. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is bang this just to loosen it up.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm
Okay.
going to try to push down on the pot and it'll pull up on the plant.
Okay.
There we go. Now see these roots?
Yes.
It's all pot bound, so we're going to take a claw. We're just going to go in and loosen it all up.
I didn't know you were supposed to do this.
Well, it really helps the roots to grow out. Look how hard this is right now. No water can get in there at
Right,
all.
okay.
So we're going to make it so that the plant can get water into the ball, and also that these roots will now grow out away from
Wow, you're really going at it. Okay.
Don't be afraid, you can't hurt it. This is tough love. All right, that looks pretty good. Now,
Okay.
let me show you one thing. I'm gonna lift it in and place it in the hole. You can see if we left it straight like that, it would be close to the driveway and not up against the fence. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tip it. And that way there, it's up against the fence.
Brilliant.
Okay. Now we're gonna use the good soil we left and mix compost in and push it right back in around the vine.
Okay. Okay, is that good?
Yep. Now set it in. Now what I always do is I look for the best side of the plant, and I call that the face. And I
Right.
always want the face out. You look, this is kind of sparse in here, so we're just going to turn it a little bit.
Okay.
There. Now we have our money side, our face, out towards the driveway. Boy, it looks great.
Oh, it looks wonderful.
Now what I wanted to show you is that when this vine was grown at the nursery, they actually put in these bamboo stalks to support the plant and get it up to height.
Okay.
You're not going to need those anymore next spring, so what I want you to do is undo that wire and pull those stalks right out of here.
I can do that.
Now, this vine attaches itself by tendrils. If you look right here, see that tendril right there?
Yeah,
When it finds something, it'll just attach itself to it and start growing up.
that's amazing.
But we're going to speed up the process because we're going to take this vine and we're going to lay it up and wrap it right around the wire.
Okay.
Now, as it grows, it will attach itself. But what I like to do is just take a little piece of jute and support it up in here. I'm not going to tie it tight. I don't want to strangle the vine. I just want to support it in place.
Now, will I need to cut that as well next year?
No.
Or?
The vine will attach itself. This will just break down in a year. You don't even have to worry about it.
Okay.
Now, you can tell that this is spread this far. If we take one of those from the other side, they're almost going to be touching.
Okay.
Let's get to work.
All right.
Now, the honeysuckle vine is a little different. It doesn't have tendrils that'll grab anything. It actually grows up and wraps even around itself and uses that for support. So next spring, as these grow out, we'll just simply wrap them right around the wire. The plant is going to do most of the work itself next spring. We're just kind of giving it a little head start.
Okay.
All right, Lisa, you really need to soak these plants in. It's so important the first watering to make sure they get a good drink all the way down.
Okay. So what constitutes good soaking?
Just what you're doing right now. Water in nice and slowly until the ground can't absorb any more water. Then wait a few minutes, come back and water them again.
Okay, I can do that.
For our last step, we're going to put down a 2-inch layer of this all bark cedar mulch. And what that does, it helps hold the moisture in the soil, and it'll also help keep weeds from getting in here.
Okay. Smells good.
Looks good too.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think?
I think it looks great. I cannot believe this was my little dirt patch a couple of hours ago.
And wait till next summer, you're going to have a wall of flowers here.
Oh, I'll make sure and send you pictures.
That'd be great.
Thank you so much, Roger, for coming to Wichita.
I had a ball.
How's everybody doing?
What are we looking at, Roger?
Well, the first thing is time of year to plant bulbs.
The wash machine has a valve that opens suddenly. And so now when it shuts suddenly, all of a sudden that water keeps wanting to come into the pipes want to bang.
This is feeding time for your girls here, huh?
This is a 3/16 V notch, so it's a much smaller notch. You also use a lot less material, so you'll save money, you'll waste money.
Isn't this like a cooking show? Isn't this just like a Vegematic? And this is really good with coleslaw, too.
Bob, nice to meet you. I'm eating a strudel.
Is that good stuff?
You want some?
Sure.
Well, you know what? Why don't you take the whole thing?
Wow.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll keep you around.
I'll trade you that for a beer.
There you go.
Another beer. How about this guy right here?
You don't know what that is?
I do. I just want to see if you know.
That's a daffodil.
That's a daffodil.
This is my favorite of all
My
time.
favorite.
Spray it on, leave it overnight.
Will it hurt my pet? I have a
Don't
little
spray it on
dog.
your pet.
Push okay. Push okay. Where's the marker?
Plus 3 something.
Up 3 cents.
Up 3 cents. Oh, I got you. Okay.
All right, we beat you.
They snuck up on us.
What you have in your hand is the perfect package.
Pushing it right in there.
Electric fence.
Yes, sirree.
5 seconds.
Perfect.
Well, winters do get cold here in Tulsa. We do have 4 seasons. It does get cold enough that we sure would love to be able to sit down by a warm fire and cozy up. In the 5 years that we've lived here, we've had 1 fire, and it was a very nice, good-sized fire, and I could be sitting right here on the hearth and barely feel any heat. In fact, I'd more feel heat going from the room up the chimney. They work well.
Well, Paula, when you have a fire inside your house, every bit of the air in that house is going into that firebox and up the chimney.
That's right.
Today we're going to install a wood-burning fireplace insert. We're in the good hands of Matt and Matt. How you doing, guys? Good morning. Now the way it works is a little bit different. This is going to sit down inside that fireplace opening and has this glass door. You load the wood in here and you start the fire, but then you close this door. Now the only air that's going to go into that combustion zone is through this little tiny opening right here that has a little air gate on it.
Okay, so if I'm only getting that tiny bit of air, am I going to be able to burn a fire?
Absolutely, and for a lot longer period of time. How long does it take for that wood, when you load up that fireplace, to burn it right up?
Half an hour or so.
Okay, Matt, how about this unit when it's loaded up?
8 hours.
Okay, that's a big difference.
Okay, so it's burning longer, so it must be burning smaller. Am I going to be getting any heat from it?
Absolutely. Here's the key difference. With a fireplace insert, there's two parts of it. One's the firebox, but the other is down here. Behind this grate, you can see these fans right here. Now, these fans are going to draw air in from the room. That cool air that's down at the floor is going to be pulled in to the back. Just spin this with me, Matt. So now, just follow, the air comes in behind the firebox. It doesn't directly touch the combustion zone.
Okay.
Gets heated up, and now it pushes out through here from those fans. Just spin it back. So now, from this grate that's going to be right up here, all the heat that you're making in here comes into the room and doesn't go up the chimney.
Sounds great.
All right, we got some work to do inside though, right guys?
Yes.
Let's do it. So Matt, you guys have done a little prep work already.
Yes, we had to come in and grind down the stone. You can see how the stone sticks out.
Yeah.
It's not even. Had to grind that down so the insert will slide in flush.
Okay, I see an electrical outlet in the back corner there.
Yeah, we had to get 110 in there for the convection fan.
All right, what's this pipe doing here?
That's actually a 1/2-inch gas line with holes in it to use as a log lighter.
A log lighter. All right, so is this the shutoff over here?
Yes, turn that on and it lights the logs.
That really beats kindling.
Yes.
All right, but that's got to get out of the way, right?
We got to cap off that line.
All right, good. Yeah. All right, using a couple of wrenches, I will back that line out. And now I just need to back this piece out of the elbow. Again, I want to hold back with the other wrench. Okay. All right, and now we will cap that off with a 1/2-inch cap. A little pipe dope. Now with our new insert, we're no longer going to vent into this entire chimney mast. We're going to use this. It's a 6-inch stainless steel vent. This is going to run about 25 feet up through the top of our chimney. Now with any fireplace, there is a damper. You can see it right up in there. Now this damper is designed to be able to be opened or closed when the fireplace is on or off so the heat doesn't go up through the chimney. But it's in our way. We can't run this vent pipe and it's no longer necessary. So that's got to go. To get the damper out, Matt's going to use an acetylene torch and actually burn it out. This damper was actually welded in place when the fireplace was first built, so this is really the best way to get rid of it. Now the damper gone, he's actually now going after the frame itself. It's also a good idea to use a fire retardant safety cloth when doing this kind of work. So even with our damper and frame removed, we still don't have the space we need for our vent pipes. So these bricks right here have to go. And the bricks come out with a chisel and a sledgehammer. Anything that works. Is that enough, Matt?
I believe so.
So now we got to think about getting our liner down the chimney. It's actually a 2-part liner. The inner portion is made out of stainless steel, and that's going to carry the flue products. This will attach right onto the top of our insert. There's also an aluminum sheathing, that's the outer pipe, and in between these two layers is insulation. Now, how are we going to get this down the chimney?
I'm going to attach a pulling cone to the end of the liner, attach a rope to the pulling cone, drop it down the chimney, then work the pipe from there.
Now we're going to pull the liner right down the chimney. Now down here at our insert, we have a couple of connections to make. One is to connect the liner to this connection right here, but there's also electrical.
Yes, and the electric can connect to either side. For us, we're going on the right side because that's where the electric is in the firebox.
Good. Good. To adapt the liner to that insert, you'll notice that there's an adapter fitting with a slight angle to it and a clamp to tighten onto the liner. All right, we just tighten it up with a nut driver. Tighten up this breeze clamp. Now this final connection is pretty ingenious. A lot of times when you put this into place, there's no room for your hands between the insert and the fireplace opening. So with this thing attached to the liner, it allows you to actually reach inside and pull down this connection and then put a pin inside to lock it into place.
And I'll screw this onto the end of the elbow.
Perfect.
And that's all the screws.
That is not a light unit. Oh boy. All right, so plug it in.
Now we're ready to slide the insert in.
Here we go.
Okay, just work your side in. All good. Okay, and we're centered.
Good. All right, so we just got to make up that final flue connection. Sweet. At the top of the chimney, there's a finished cap that needs to attach to the liner. For that, Matt, it has to cut off the excess liner. So we just need to finish it off with some snips.
Before putting on the cap, we want to make sure we apply high temperature silicone to the flue tile.
To secure the critter-proof cap to the top of the chimney, we use a series of lock screws.
Surround panel goes around the insert.
Really a nice looking trim package. Time for fire.
Yes.
So there it is, our very first fire, burning perfectly. You can actually hear the fans bringing that air in through the bottom, right behind the firebox, coming out nice and warmed up. So Paula, what do you think?
It looks great.
This is going to keep you warm even on the coldest of Oklahoma winter nights.
That'll be wonderful. Thank you so much, Matt. Richard, this is great.
I take none of the credit. They did all the great work.
It was our pleasure.